Hello, my name is Gabriela Rubio. I'm a technical manager at Smart Freight Center. We are an NGO dedicated to global zero emissions freight, and our goal is to help at least 100 multinationals to reach 30% absolute reduction by 2030 and net zero by 2050. Today, I would like to introduce our work on sustainability concerns in using biofuels for transport. Biofuels are claimed to be a good option for decarbonizing transport. In theory, they release fewer CO2 emissions to the atmosphere in comparison with fossil fuels. They are considered, at the moment, a perfect option to support the transition to electric transport. However, the reality is that biofuels cannot be measured with the same yardstick as fossil fuels, as there is a range of processes across their value chain that can have big negative ecological, economic, and social impacts. This is why it is very important to provide clear orientation for logistic actors to choose biofuels that are truly sustainable. And this is exactly what we wanted to figure out in our study. With this purpose, this study was developed around two main questions. First, what are wider sustainability issues associated with biofuels? And second, how can legislation orientate the choice of biofuels that are sustainable? To address the first question, we compared the coverage and definition of sustainability issues across most relevant and widely adopted frameworks. The frameworks chosen were diverse in terms of geography, modality, and purpose, and helped us analyze the different definitions and approaches to each of the issues. Then we adopted a similar approach to address the second question: how legislation orientates the choice of biofuels that are sustainable. We analyzed the coverage of the policies, their function and jurisdiction, and the certification schemes applicable to each of them. And with this, we found out that there is a very complex picture about sustainability. Apart from greenhouse gas emissions, there are other key issues related to biofuels. First, the carbon stock of the land. If the biofuel is grown on land that substitutes original land with high carbon retaining capacity, the consequent release of carbon can overshadow any greenhouse gas emission reduction. Also, there are other pollutants, called short-lived climate forces, that have a much higher global warming potential than CO2, and they are also released when burning biofuels. Due to the agricultural activity that is necessary to produce biofuels, there is a difficult balance between the production of fuel, food, and land use change. Prices and availability of food can be affected, and even additional emissions can be caused if opening new land. But not everything is black. There can be positive social and economic impacts associated with the production of biofuels if the agricultural activity is properly managed. And answering to our second research question, the other key finding that we got is that there is no harmonization in legislative frameworks. This is especially remarkable in terms of the varying coverages, modalities, and discrepancy in the verification of criteria. And following these findings, we have some main recommendations or takeaways to give. First, other impacts beyond emissions have to be accounted for and proved across the biofuel value chain. Second, you should only buy biofuels that are certified by a reputable certification scheme. And finally, it would be very beneficial to achieve a harmonization in the definition and assessment of sustainability criteria. This should be widely accepted and cover all biofuels and blends used by all transport modes. And with this, I would like to thank you so much for your attention. You can please let us know if you have any questions, and you are invited to join us in Smart Freight Center on our journey to decarbonize the logistics industry. Thank you so much.